Hey guys, it's Bex. Welcome to another video, and it is time for another TBR jar picks my monthly TBR video. I am filming this a little bit early. It's the 23rd right now, but I am not going to be reading any of these books in the meantime. Honestly, don't laugh. I'm kind of reading 5 books at the same time right now. I'm in the middle of 2 Kindle books, 1 physical book, but also sort of 2 physical books. However, I am waiting to finish my 1 physical book in order to actually start physically reading the other book. I'm just listening to the audiobook right now. And then also when I start reading that book physically, I'm going to go back to the audiobook that I was listening to before, a different book. So I have a lot of books I'm reading right now, so I'm definitely not going to be getting to any of my physical TBR by the end of the month. With that being said, a couple different kind of things for this month and kind of moving forward. I have started a monthly thing I'm doing where I am spinning a wheel. The wheel has every physical TBR book that I have, most of them, and I'll just tell you guys the book that was chosen for me was Lovely War by Julie Berry. So this is the first book that is going to be on our July TBR. I'm actually really excited. This book is very unique, or sounds very unique. I'll just read you guys the summary because it's pretty short. In the perilous days of World Wars I and II, the gods held the fates and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands. Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette, a classical pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgian orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their story, as told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion, and reveals that, though war is a formidable force, it's no match for the transcendent power of love. So I think that would make this like a historical fantasy. I think it has romance in it with the Greek mythology aspect. Kind of interesting, kind of genre bending a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. I just have to read this in the month of July. I got this idea from Kristen and Maddie on YouTube/TikTok. So this is just hopefully going to help me get my physical TBR down. Yeah, that's the first little thing I have to tell you guys. And then second is that I'm going to be reading again. Yes, they're my favorite YouTubers right now. Kristen and Maddie, I'm part of their Patreon, and every month they do like a read and watch kind of book club situation, and in July we're reading Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, and then we are watching the movie. So I already have that. Should be ready within the next couple days at my library, so I don't have it to show you guys physically, and I honestly don't really know what it's about except for that it is Agatha Christie, so it's like a murder mystery. I think they're on like a boat, and it's like kind of old-timey. Honestly, that's really all I know about it. So sorry, but I'm excited for that one. So because of those 2 things, I do think I'm only going to choose 5 TBR prompts. And before I start, one last thing. I know this intro is really long. I just want to start kind of giving you guys an update on my previous month's TBR and which books I read or did not read from that TBR. So I will put it on the screen, but I know I had Sunrise on the Reaping, but I did not end up reading that because of a specific reason. I did decide to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes first, and I just finally got around to starting that. So hopefully that'll be read by the end of the month, but I definitely won't get to Sunrise on the Reaping by the end of the month, so that is why. Second, I had Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I did not read. I think I had Scythe. Did I have Scythe on there? I am sort of in the middle of listening to People We Meet on Vacation on audio. It probably won't be done by the end of the month, but I started it. Without further ado, that was a super long intro. We're going to choose 5 TBR prompts, and the first prompt is book that is on my 25 in 2025 list. So I made at the beginning of the year a kind of list of 25 books that I really want to read in 2025. I am doing pretty good on it, I will say, but we still obviously have some that I have not read yet. I'm 99% sure that I put Atmosphere on there. Wait, did I also put Sunrise on the Reaping on there? Those are both kind of newer books, and I really want to read them. Let me go grab my reading journal just to double check. Okay, let's see. I have a couple good ones, you guys. I have ACOTAR on there. Oh, I have Lovely War. That's fun. Hopefully I'll get to a couple of books on my 25 and 2025 this month. Sorcery of Thorns, which is a fall book. I don't want to read that right now. Atmosphere is on there. Sunrise on the Reaping is on there. Rebel Witch. Not really in the mood to read that right now. The Nightingale. Too similar. Not really, but in my brain it's similar to Lovely War, so no. The Night and the Moth I don't own yet. A Dawn of Onyx. And the Naturals. A couple of these are starting new series, so I don't really want to do that. So I think I'm going to either choose Atmosphere or Sunrise on the Reaping. To be honest, I should probably choose Sunrise on the Reaping because of the reasons that I already told you guys that I didn't get to it in June. Also, I am hopefully going to be buddy reading this with my bestie, which I'm really excited about. And I told her kind of ahead of time that I should be ready to read it in July. So hopefully she will be as well. Okay, I'm really excited to read Atmosphere as well, but I think I'm gonna go with Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, which is one of the prequels to the Hunger Games trilogy. This is about Haymitch. If you know Haymitch from the original trilogy, this is his games, his story. And I've just heard it's really good and heartbreaking, and I'm so excited. All right, next prompt. I already feel like I'm getting low on prompts. I swear it took me a while to put those all in there. Book with less than 90,000 ratings on Goodreads. That's so specific, but I remember when I wrote this, I was kind of looking at what a lot of the books I have on my physical TBR kind of have in terms of ratings, and a lot of them have over 100, but then also a good amount have under like 90-ish. So I thought that was a good number. So we're gonna have to look, which, ooh, I actually have my laptop right here from doing my little spin before this video, except I turned it off. It takes forever to turn on because it's really old. If I were to just think what might have less than that, I think maybe Float, Falling maybe, and then probably some like on my Kindle too. So let's just see. I need to be on my phone. This is annoying. It like doesn't tell me on a computer. I have to like actually click on the book. Okay, well, what am I in the mood to read? I kind of want to read Float because it's like a summary book. Oh yeah, this one only has a little under 12,000, so that's definitely an option. The Wicked King by Holly Black probably has more than that. Oh yeah, not even close. All right, it almost has 1 million. I'm just trying to continue a series I'm in the middle of, okay? There's probably more, but I don't really want to read those, so let me just go to Kindle Unlimited real quick. Even though I do think that this is a strong contender, I really want to read Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. Yay, it has only 35,000. Ooh, okay. This is tough. I still have all of August to get to some summary books, so I feel like I should pick at least one summer book for this month's TBR, and we don't have that many left already, so I think I'm just going to play safe and go with Float by Kate Marchant. And this book, I can't remember, I think it's about a young girl that moves from Alaska to Florida. She like hates water or swimming because she's just used to the cold or something. Maybe she doesn't hate it, but it isn't exactly her forte. It says, enter Blake, the super hot boy next door. Charming and sweet, he welcomes Waverly into his circle. For the first time in her life, Waverly has friends, a social life, and soon enough feelings for Blake. As the two grow closer, Waverly's fortunes begin to look up, but every summer must come to an end, and letting go is hardest when you finally found where you belong. It sounds right up my alley. It sounds just like a cute little YA romance, like coming of age kind of story mixed in there, and it's like 350 pages. The cover is so cute, and that is going to be the next book we add to our July TBR. Third prompt out of 5. I'm starting to get really hungry. I need to eat after this. Ooh, book that was on ooh, actually I don't know if I like this prompt. Book that was on last month's TBR that I didn't get to. Shoot, I really would have chosen Sunrise on the Reaping. Let me consult my reading journal and just remind myself exactly what books were on there. People We Meet on Vacation, reading. Fireborn, reading. Lightlark, read. Sunrise on the Reaping already on there. Scythe, and Sharp Objects. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go with Sharp Objects just because I really just do not want to start a new series with Scythe right now, because if you didn't know, Fireborn and Lightlark were both beginnings of new series. I just need to chill on those for a while. No promises, but it is short. short, so you'd think that I would just bust it out, which I definitely could do. I remember reading this to you guys last month, but I don't really remember what it's about. So in short, I'm just going to read it one more time. Fresh from a brief stay at a psych hospital, reporter Camille Preaker faces a troubling assignment. She must return to her tiny hometown to cover the murders of 2 preteen girls. For years, Camille has hardly spoken to her neurotic hypochondriac mother or to the half-sister she barely knows, a beautiful 13-year-old with an eerie grip on the town. Now installed in her old bedroom in her family's Victorian mansion, Camille finds herself identifying with the young victims a bit too strongly. Dogged by her own demons, she must unravel the psychological puzzle of her own past if she wants to get the story and survive this homecoming. Obviously, it's like a mystery thriller. She wrote Gone Girl, if you've heard of that book. So yeah, it's like 250 pages. So pretty short. Should be able to read it in a couple days when I do start it. So hopefully I will get to it in July. Next prompt. Highest rated on Goodreads. We're having to check Goodreads in this video. Ooh, it's probably gonna be like The Nightingale, and I'm not feeling like reading that right now. I keep saying that. I swear I want to read it. I was hoping it would be ACOTAR, even though I was just saying I don't want to start a new series right now. Yep. Gosh dang it. Should I just be able to pick another one? Even though every single time I'm gonna get that prompt, it's gonna be The Nightingale, unless I get a new book that's like really highly rated, but that one is so high. It is tied with A Court of Mist and Fury, and that is part of the ACOTAR series. So A Court of Mist and Fury has more ratings, and it's tied with the same average rating as The Nightingale. So don't yell at me. I think I'm going to, instead of putting this prompt back in and choosing another one, I think I'm going to go with the first book in the ACOTAR series. It kind of makes sense, right? Probably not, but I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know why my voice is like going out. So sorry. Because I would pick The Nightingale and I wouldn't read it. Like, I'm 99% sure I would not read it. Maybe would have if I hadn't gotten Lovely War, but 2 historical kind of books in the same month is kind of a lot for me because I don't really usually read those. So you guys, I think this is the month that I'm going to start A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I kind of knew I was going to be starting this month anyway, so I'm actually really glad that I could kind of pick this even though I kind of cheated. And that's another reason why I was saying that I didn't really want to choose other like starts of a new series, because I knew I'd be starting this one. And I am planning on making a reading vlog on this series, so look out for that. This is the second to final book that's going on our July TBR. This is kind of a lot of books. I'm kind of nervous. Am I going to get to all these? Last prompt, be a good one. Book by an author I've never read. I feel like I have kind of a lot of options for this one. I could choose Frederick Bachman, one of these 2 books by him. I could choose Falling, Darling Girls, A Dawn of Onyx, but that would be starting a series. Let me check my Kindle because I have a feeling that I'm going to choose a Kindle book for this prompt. Ooh, should I choose Our Infinite Fates? Like I was saying earlier, I really want to read that by Laura Stephen. I've never read anything by her. I also have a mystery thriller, but I already have one of those on my TBR. I have a book called The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke, which is like a summer romance. The Other Side of Summer by Lila Andrews, which is a summer romance. A book called Rebel Summer by Cindy Steele, which is a summer romance. Never read anything by them. Should I choose another summer book, or am I gonna get burnt out? Like I said, I still have all of August to read summer books, but I also don't want to have like 4 summer books to read in August before I kind of can't read summer books anymore. I can go into September for sure, but usually September is kind of the start of fall reading for me, maybe like halfway through September. So maybe I should pick another summer book. And they're also like easy to read, shorter usually. I'm pretty sure I've read a Sarah Morgan book already, and I have one of hers. I think I've read one by her. Let me read what The Summer We Fell is about. Oh, it says it's an angsty second chance forbidden romance. He was my boyfriend's best friend and the bane of my existence. I wanted to hate Luke Taylor. I did hate him. I just never hated him enough. Now, a decade later, tragedy has brought us back to the place where it all started, my best times and my worst. Our lives have changed, but that pull between us is just as strong as ever. Only this time, it's more dangerous too. So is this an adult romance? It must be. Let me check on Goodreads, because that would kind of be nice to switch it up a little bit. Dude, the cover. The cover's so bad. It's funny, the cover on the Kindle is like not bad. I'll try to remember to put a picture of it, but the cover on like Goodreads is that. Oh my gosh, so bad. Okay, it's new adult, so they're like in their 20s, right? Something like that. It's not YA, so I think I'm gonna go with that one just because this romance I have on here is YA, so this will just give us a little bit of a different summer romance vibe. Okay, so we have one Kindle book. Yay, that's perfect because I did have kind of a lot of physical books on here. I'm pretty happy with this stack of books. We have definitely some different vibes. We don't have any like romantasy in this, but that's okay. We have historical fantasy, we have dystopian, we have romance, mystery. Oh, so we do have romantasy. Duh, with ACOTAR. And then we have another kind of murder mystery, but I feel like Death on the Nile is like a totally different vibe. So I'm happy with this. Hopefully we get to all of these books. Definitely need to get to Lovely War. That's like priority because that's my new little thing I'm doing. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books like usual and what your thoughts were. What books are you looking forward to reading in July? Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!